there is a quiet ache that visits only in the stillness of the night. It isn't loud or demanding. It's a whisper, a gentle haunting that arrives when the distractions of the day have finally dissolved into shadow. It's the voice that asks, "What if?" What if you had taken that other job, the one that promised adventure in a city you'd only seen in photographs? What if you had said yes when you said no, or found the courage to say no when you felt pressured to say yes? What if you had stayed in that relationship or left it sooner? What if you had pursued the art, the music, the quiet craft that your soul yearned for, instead of the path that seemed more sensible, more secure? In the dark, the ghosts of these other lives can feel so real. We can almost see them. The version of you laughing in a Parisian cafe. The version of you with a different family, a different home, a different set of keys in your hand. The version of you who became a painter, or a healer, or a traveler, living out a story that now feels like a beautiful, faded dream belonging to someone else. This feeling, this quiet ache of the unlived life, is one of the most profoundly human experiences we can have. It is the price of a rich imagination and a heart that dared to dream in the first place. The question these whispers pose is not whether you made a wrong choice. The real question is, how do we find peace with the one, beautiful, complex, and utterly unique life we are actually living, right here, right now? How do we honor the paths we did take and gently, lovingly release the ones we did not? Tonight, we will explore this together. We will not fight these feelings or push them away. Instead, we will turn toward them with a gentle curiosity, understanding that they hold a wisdom for us. By the end of our time together, the goal is not to have erased these what-ifs, but to have transformed them from heavy anchors of regret into soft echoes of a journey fully lived. You will discover a deep, abiding peace that comes from honoring your story, every single chapter of it, and realizing it has all led you here, to this moment, to this breath, to the person you have become. Before we begin this journey inward, just a quick moment. If you feel comfortable, you might take a second to connect with the shared stillness of this moment. You could, if you wish, simply acknowledge in your mind which part of this world you're listening from right now and what time it is where you are. It's a simple way to ground yourself in this present time and place. Are you listening in the quiet of late night, with the moon as your only witness? Or perhaps in the early morning hours, when the world is still asleep and you are seeking rest? Just take a silent note of your own space, your own time, and then let that go and settle in. Because this time right now, is entirely yours. It is a sanctuary, a space carved out of the universe just for you. There is nothing else you need to be doing, nowhere else you need to be, and no one you need to be other than exactly who you are, right now, lying here. Our intention tonight is a simple one, but it is profound. We are here to gently release the heavy weight of regret, not by judging it or by scolding ourselves for feeling it, but by understanding it as a sign of love, a love for the possibilities you once imagined for yourself. We carry these unlived lives like heavy stones in a backpack, and we often don't even realize how much energy it takes to carry them year after year. Tonight, we will open that backpack. We will look at each stone, not as a mistake, but as a dream we once had. We will honor the dream, thank it for showing us what our heart was capable of wanting, and then we will gently set it down on the side of the road so that we may walk on, lighter and freer. This is not an exercise in forgetting. It is an act of deep and loving integration. It is about weaving the threads of what could have been back into the magnificent tapestry of what is. You will come to see that your life is not a series of right and wrong turns on a map. It is more like a river, carving its own unique path through a vast landscape. The river does not regret the channels it did not take. It simply flows, gathering strength and wisdom from the very terrain it moves through. Your life is that river. Every twist, every turn, every calm pool and rushing rapid has shaped you, has given you a depth and a wisdom that could not have been gained any other way. The beauty of your journey is not in its perfection, but in its authenticity. It is yours and yours alone. So let's begin by simply arriving in this bed, in this room, in this moment. Feel the weight of your body being held, completely supported. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. Let the mattress, the pillows, the blankets do that for you. Notice the gentle rhythm of your own breath, moving in and out, a quiet and constant anchor to this present moment. It is the same breath that was with you at every one of those crossroads, every one of those decision points. It has been your faithful companion through every scene of your life. It knows your story intimately. And tonight, we will use this breath as our guide. With every inhale, we will breathe in compassion for the person we were then, the one who had to make those choices with the information and wisdom they had at the time. And with every exhale, we will gently release the stories, the judgments, the heavy ache of what if. There is no need to force anything. All you need to do is listen and allow the words to wash over you like a gentle tide. Sleep may come, and that is perfectly fine. Your subconscious mind will continue to listen, to absorb, to heal. This is your time to rest. Your only work right now is to be here, to be held, and to be open to the possibility of peace. Open to the idea that the life you have lived is not a consolation prize. It is a masterpiece in progress. Every choice, every detour, every unexpected challenge has added a unique color, a unique texture, a depth that no other life could have given you. The person you are today is a living testament to that journey, and that person is worthy of peace. That person is worthy of a deep, untroubled rest. So allow your eyelids to feel heavy. Allow the muscles in your face to soften. Let your jaw unclench and your shoulders release their hold. You are safe. You are exactly where you need to be. The ghosts of other lives are just stories. Tonight, we will honor those stories, and then we will let them drift away, like clouds passing in a vast, peaceful sky, leaving only the quiet, luminous presence of your own true being. You have arrived. Welcome home to yourself. And so, with your body resting and your mind gently settling, let us begin this quiet exploration. Imagine, if you will, that the space behind your closed eyes is not empty darkness, but a vast, peaceful hall, a gallery. This is your own private space, a place of profound safety and quiet. The light in here is soft and warm, like the glow of twilight, and the air is still. There is no one else here but you. You are the sole visitor, the curator, the honored guest. And on the walls of this silent gallery hang the portraits of your unlived lives. We are not here to judge them. or to wish we could step inside them. We are simply here to walk through, to observe with a gentle, compassionate curiosity, to acknowledge the dreams they represent. Let your awareness drift toward the first portrait. Perhaps it is a prominent one, a life you have often wondered about, the career you didn't pursue. See it hanging there, luminous and detailed. Step closer. Look at the person in that portrait. It is you, yet not you. This version of you, what are they doing? Perhaps they are in a science lab, a courtroom, an artist's studio, or on a stage. See the clothes they wear, the expression on their face. There might be a look of concentration, or joy, or focused calm. For a moment, just witness this self without any story attached. Just see them. This person exists as a beautiful possibility within the vastness of your being. They represent a part of you, the part that was drawn to discovery, or to justice, or to creation. This path held a promise. What was it? Was it the promise of financial security? The promise of creative fulfillment? The promise of making a tangible difference in the world? Acknowledge the beauty and validity of that dream. It was a good dream. It came from a deep and true part of you. As you look at this portrait of your other self, just notice what you feel in your body. Is there a faint ache in your chest? A sense of longing? Or maybe just a quiet curiosity? Whatever the feeling is, just let it be there. Don't try to change it or analyze it. Greet it softly. Hello, longing. I see you, sadness. These feelings are not the enemy. They are simply messengers telling you how much that dream once mattered. And that is okay. It is a sign of a heart that is alive and capable of deep caring. Now, let your gaze drift along the wall to another portrait. This one might feel different, perhaps more personal. It's the life where a different relationship took hold. Maybe it's the person you didn't stay with, or the person you never met because you moved away. See that life depicted there. There you are, sitting across a table from someone else. See the home you might have shared, the life that might have unfolded. Again, we are just looking. We are just witnessing. This other you, this ghost self, is living a different story of the heart. What did this path seem to promise? A different kind of love? A sense of belonging? The family you thought you were supposed to have? Honor the deep human need that this dream represented. The need to love and be loved is at the core of our existence. To have dreamed of a different love is not a betrayal of the love you have known. It is simply a testament to your heart's infinite capacity. As you observe this scene, once again, turn your attention inward. What is the sensation now? Perhaps a feeling of tenderness, a gentle wave of grief for what never was. Let it be. Grief is not a sign that you made a wrong choice. It is the natural, healthy expression of love for a possibility that is past. It is the rain that waters the soil of your soul. Allowing yourself to feel it for a moment, here in this safe gallery, is a profound act of self-compassion. You are simply acknowledging a beautiful story that your heart was capable of writing. Continue your slow walk through this quiet hall. You begin to notice that there are countless portraits, so many. Some are vast, detailed oil paintings of major life-altering decisions. Others are small, fleeting watercolor sketches of moments that seemed insignificant at the time. The invitation you turned down, the trip you didn't take, the words you didn't speak. Each one a tiny branching of the path, each one a different version of you, living a slightly different reality. See them all. The you who learned to play the guitar, the you who lived by the ocean, the you who kept in touch with an old friend. They are all here. And as you see them, you may begin to realize something profound. This gallery is not a monument to your mistakes. It is a testament to your incredible, boundless potential. Look at how many things you were capable of becoming. How many different kinds of life your spirit was drawn to. Your imagination is so rich, your heart so vast, that it could contain all of these possibilities at once. The existence of these other paths does not diminish the one you are on. Instead, it enriches it. It shows the sheer volume of dreams, talents, and desires that you carry within you. All of those qualities are still part of who you are. The part of you that wanted to be an artist is present in the way you arrange flowers in a vase. The part of you that longed for adventure is present in the way you explore a new book or a new idea. Nothing was truly lost. It was all integrated into the complex, fascinating person you are right now. The purpose of visiting this gallery is not to torment yourself with choices. It is to honor the fullness of your own being. It is to look at all these what-ifs and say, with a gentle and loving heart, I see the beauty in you. I see the dream you represented. Thank you for showing me another facet of my own soul. As you come to the end of the hall, take one last look back. See all those other selves, bathed in that soft, gentle light. They are not judging you. They are not waiting for you. They are simply possibilities that have been honored by your witnessing them. In your mind, you can offer them a small, silent nod of gratitude. Thank you for the dreams. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for showing me the richness of my own potential. And now, with a feeling of quiet completion, you can begin to turn away from the portraits. You turn toward the doorway through which you entered, a doorway that leads back to the here and now. As you walk, you feel a sense of peace settling over you. You came here not to escape your life, but to understand its context, to see the vast web of possibility from which it was woven. You are leaving now, not with a heavy heart of regret, but with a quiet sense of wonder at the sheer richness of it all. You are ready to return your focus to the one portrait that is not hanging on a wall, the one that is alive, breathing, and real, the life you are living now. As you turn from the gallery of other paths and bring your awareness back to your body, resting here now, let's gently acknowledge something very real. These unlived lives, these stories of what if, are not just abstract thoughts. They have a weight, a tangible presence. For a moment, let's explore this weight not with judgment, but with the gentle curiosity of a healer. Where do you feel it in your body? For many of us, the weight of these ghost selves settles in the chest. It can feel like a tightness, a dull ache right in the center of our being, as if our heart is holding a silent, perpetual sigh for the futures that never came to be. It's the physical manifestation of longing, a subtle pressure that reminds us of the space between what is and what we imagine could have been. If you notice this sensation, don't try to push it away. Just bring your attention to it. Breathe into that space in your chest. Imagine your breath is a warm, soft light, gently surrounding that tightness, not to force it to dissolve, but simply to be with it, to let it know it has been seen. and felt and understood. This ache is not a flaw. It is the echo of a dream. It's the phantom limb of a future you once nurtured. For others, this weight gathers on the shoulders. It feels like carrying an invisible cloak, woven from the threads of unspoken regrets and second guesses. Each what if is another layer, making the cloak heavier with each passing year. You might feel your shoulders rounding forward, subtly, as if protecting your heart from the burden of it all. This is the weight of perceived responsibility, the feeling that you were somehow the sole pilot of your life, and you might have steered the ship wrong. It's the burden of believing in a perfect life that you feel you failed to achieve. Let your awareness rest on your shoulders now. Can you feel that tension? That subtle, chronic holding? As you exhale, imagine just a tiny bit of that weight dissolving. Not all of it, just a little. Give yourself permission to let the cloak feel just 1 ounce lighter. You don't have to solve anything. You are just noticing. You are just acknowledging the effort it has taken to carry all of this for so long, and you are offering yourself a moment of rest. Sometimes, the weight of unlived lives settles in the stomach, a knot of anxiety, a flutter of unease. This is often the home of fear, the fear that we missed our one true chance at happiness, the fear that we are on the wrong path entirely. This knot tightens when we compare our actual life to the idealized, imagined versions. The imagined life has no conflicts, no boring Tuesdays, no unexpected illnesses. It is a highlight reel. And when we hold our real, textured, messy, and beautiful life up against that impossible standard, our body responds with anxiety. It's a natural reaction. So, if you feel that knot in your belly, place a gentle hand there. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Breathe down into your abdomen and let your hand rise and fall with your breath. You are sending a message directly to your nervous system. You are safe. Right here, right now, in this life, you are safe. There is no emergency. There is no wrong path to be on. There is only this path, and you are walking it. What we are doing right now is so important. We are validating the grief that can come from mourning a future that never was. It is a very real form of grief, though our society doesn't often give us the language or permission to acknowledge it. We can grieve for people we've lost, but we're often told not to cry over spilled milk when it comes to our own past choices. But the heart doesn't make that distinction. A loss is a loss. A dream of a life is a powerful thing. And when the door to that dream closes, it is natural and healthy to feel a sense of bereavement. You are mourning a possibility. You are honoring the part of you that invested hope and energy into that vision. To deny this grief is to deny a part of your own heart. So, here, in the safety and quiet of this moment, you have permission. Permission to feel the sadness for the child you didn't have or the partner you let go. Permission to feel the ache for the creative self you put on a shelf or the adventurous spirit you told to be more practical. This grief is not self-pity. It is a profound act of self-love. It is you finally turning to the parts of yourself that have been quietly hurting and saying, I hear you. I understand. It's okay to feel this way. And here is the most beautiful truth hidden within this feeling. The very fact that you can feel this weight, this grief, this longing, is not a sign that your life has gone wrong. It is a sign of a rich inner world. It is a testament to your humanity. It means you have a powerful imagination, a heart that is capable of dreaming vast, beautiful dreams, and a soul that yearns for meaning and connection. A person who has never felt the whisper of what if has likely never dared to imagine anything beyond their immediate reality. Your capacity to envision these other lives is the same capacity that allows you to feel empathy, to create art, to solve problems, to love deeply. It is a gift. The ache you feel is just the shadow side of that beautiful gift. It is the price of admission for having a vibrant, creative, and hopeful spirit. Think of it this way. Your life is a magnificent tree. The trunk and the branches that have grown strong and reach for the sun represent the life you have lived. But at the base of that tree, the root system is vast and sprawling, exploring all sorts of directions in the dark earth. Those unseen roots are your unlived lives. They are not mistakes. They are the foundation of your stability. They are the source of the nourishment that allowed the visible tree to grow so strong and unique. Without the exploration of all those possibilities in the soil of your imagination, the tree of your life wouldn't have the same character, the same strength, the same resilience it has today. So, when you feel the weight of these what-ifs, perhaps you can reframe it. It is not the weight of failure. It is the grounding weight of your own deep and complex root system. It is what connects you to the earth. It is a sign of your own depth. The ache is a reminder of the richness under the surface, the vastness of who you are, far beyond what the world sees. So let's just be with that feeling for a few more moments. Let your body rest, heavy and supported. And as you feel that weight, that ache, that tightness, see if you can hold it with a new sense of reverence. This is not a burden to be discarded. It is a sacred part of your story. It is the quiet hum of a heart that has dared to dream and to live and to become. And that, in itself, is a profound and beautiful thing. Let's explore this feeling from another angle, with an image that might bring a sense of peace and perspective. Imagine your life not as a single, narrow path that you had to find, but as a vast and powerful river. At its source, high in the mountains of your youth and potential, the water was pure possibility. It could have flowed in countless directions. As it began its descent, it could have trickled down the eastern slope, carving a canyon through a desert landscape, becoming a river known for its dramatic beauty and resilience. Or it could have meandered west, flowing gently through lush green valleys, becoming a wide, calm river that nurtured farmlands and quiet towns. It could have split into a dozen smaller streams, each creating its own unique ecosystem, its own story. There was no single right way for the water to flow. Every potential channel was valid. Every possible course held its own form of beauty and purpose. Now, see the river of your life as it is. It chose a course. Early on, a combination of terrain, gravity, and circumstance guided it into a particular channel. It began to flow. It gathered momentum. It started to carve its own unique bed into the earth. This is the path your life has taken. It is not one of many options you are still choosing from. It is the powerful, singular river you have become. The other potential riverbeds, the life in another country, the career as a musician, the family with a different partner, they exist as dry valleys and gentle slopes on the landscape of your past. They are reminders of what could have been. Yes, but the river is not there. The life, the energy, the water is here, flowing in this one magnificent course. The river does not spend its energy regretting the valleys it did not fill. It pours all of its power into the present moment, flowing onward, shaping the landscape it moves through, and being shaped by it in return. This analogy is powerful because it helps us normalize the choices we've made. Every decision you made, every turn your river took, was based on the wisdom and information you had at that very moment. Think back to a major crossroads in your life. The person who made that choice, that younger version of you, was not the same person you are today. They didn't have the benefit of your current perspective, your accumulated wisdom, your hindsight. They were standing at a fork in the river's path, feeling the pull of different currents, seeing the landscape only from their limited vantage point. They were doing the absolute best they could with the map they had. Perhaps the choice was to take a stable job instead of pursuing a creative passion. At that moment, the terrain of your life might have been rocky. Security might have been the most important need. The river naturally flowed toward the path of least resistance, the one that promised stability and safety. It wasn't a wrong choice. It was a survival choice, an intelligent choice based on the immediate environment. To look back now from a place of greater security and judge that choice is to forget the landscape of the past. It's like criticizing the river for not flowing uphill. The water simply did what water does. It found its way. Perhaps the choice was to end a relationship that seemed good on paper. From the outside, it looked like a lush valley. But you, the river, could feel an undercurrent, a subtle toxicity in the soil, something that told you this was not the place to flourish. So you shifted your course. It might have been a difficult, painful turn, but it was your river's intuition guiding you toward healthier ground. We can so easily forget the subtle, internal data that guided our most pivotal decisions. We remember the outcome, but we forget the feeling, the fear, the hope, the quiet inner knowing that pushed us in one direction over another. This is how we release the heavy illusion that there was a single, perfect path we were meant to find. The idea of a perfect life is a myth. It's a ghost story we tell ourselves in the dark. It presumes that there is a version of us who could have navigated the complexities of existence without any missteps, any sorrow, any difficult lessons. It's an impossible standard. The truth is, life is a process of becoming. We are not here to execute a flawless plan. We are here to flow, to learn, to adapt, to become. The river becomes stronger, not by avoiding rocks, but by flowing around them, over them, and through them. The very obstacles that seem like mistakes or detours are what give the river its character, its power, and its song. The rapids, the waterfalls, the slow, meandering bends, they are all essential parts of the river's journey. Without them, it would just be a stagnant canal. Your life is the same. The challenges you face because of a certain choice, the strengths you developed, the empathy you gained, those are the unique features of your river. Another course would have created a different river, yes, but not a better one, just different. Perhaps the river that flowed through the desert carved a magnificent canyon that inspires awe in all who see it. And perhaps the river that flowed through the gentle valley nurtured life in a quiet, unassuming way. One is not better than the other. They are both beautiful expressions of water's journey from the mountain to the sea. Your life, with all its specific turns, is a beautiful and valid expression of a human soul's journey. There is no other life you are supposed to live. The life you are living is the assignment. This is it. And here's the most freeing part of this realization. You can stop questioning the past. You can let it go. The river cannot flow backward to explore another valley. All its energy is here, in this moment, moving forward. When we spend our precious energy looking back, wishing we could redirect the flow, we diminish our power in the present. We become a weaker current. But when we accept the course we have traveled, when we honor the wisdom of every twist and turn, we reclaim all of that energy. We become a full, powerful river, present and alive. We can then turn our attention to the landscape ahead, to the choices we have now, to the way we want to flow from this moment on. The past is the bedrock that has been carved. The present is the living, moving water. And the future is the open sea toward which we are all inevitably, beautifully, and perfectly flowing. So, as you lie here, feel the flow of your own breath, in and out. It's like the current of your own river, a constant, steady movement. It doesn't question whether the last breath was good enough. It simply takes the next one. Let your mind be like that. Let go of the need to analyze the past. Simply be the river. Feel your own life force, flowing right here, right now. You have found your way. You are finding your way. And it is all unfolding exactly as it should. Now, as we rest in this understanding that our life's path is like a river that has found its own unique way, let's move into a deeper phase of this journey. It is one thing to understand an idea intellectually, and another thing entirely to feel its truth in our bodies, in our hearts. This is a moment for feeling, not just thinking. It's time to give yourself explicit, heartfelt permission to let it all go. To do this, we must first create a truly safe space in our minds, a sacred inner sanctuary where the full spectrum of regret can be felt without judgment. So, imagine such a place now. It might be a quiet, sun-dappled forest grove with soft moss underfoot. It could be a secluded beach at dusk with the gentle rhythm of the waves washing the shore. Or perhaps it's a cozy, warm room with a soft chair and a crackling fire. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it feels utterly safe, private, and yours alone. Take a moment to furnish this space in your mind. Notice the light, the sounds, the temperature. Feel the sense of profound peace and safety that exists here. This is your inner haven. In this space, you are completely free. Once you feel settled in this sacred space, I want you to gently invite the feeling of regret to be with you. Not the stories, not the what-ifs, but the raw emotion itself, the pure sensation of it. Welcome it as you would a weary traveler who has been wandering for a very long time. Don't be afraid of it. In this safe space, it cannot harm you. It has no power over you. You are simply allowing it to be seen, perhaps for the very first time. Let it sit with you. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel sharp? Is it cold? Is it tiring? Just observe its texture, its quality, without getting caught up in the narrative behind it. For so long, we run from this feeling. We distract ourselves, we numb it, we try to reason it away. But the only way to truly release it is to first allow it to be present, to stop fighting it. So, Just for a few moments, in the safety of your sanctuary, you simply sit with the feeling. You are the calm, compassionate witness to your own heart's ache. You are holding space for your own pain. This act alone is incredibly healing. It is a declaration of self-love that says, even this part of me is welcome here. Now, let's bring our most powerful and gentle tool into this sacred space, the breath. Your breath is the bridge between your mind and your body, between the spiritual and the physical. It is the current that can carry old, stagnant energy out of your system. Let's begin to use it with a quiet, loving intention. As you breathe in, I want you to imagine you are breathing in pure, unconditional acceptance. Breathe in a sense of compassion for the journey that has brought you here. Breathe in the understanding that you did the best you could at every stage of your life. Imagine this warm, golden light of acceptance filling your lungs, your chest, your entire body, surrounding that feeling of regret with a gentle, loving embrace. The inhale is for acceptance, for compassion, for love. And now, the release. As you breathe out, long and slow, I want you to imagine that you are gently releasing the energy of these old stories. With each exhale, you are letting go of the need to have lived any other life than your own. Imagine the heavy, dense energy of regret dissolving into a fine mist and effortlessly flowing out of you with your breath. It leaves your body, floats away into the vastness of your sanctuary, and harmlessly dissolves into the earth or the air. You don't have to force it. You don't have to push it. You are simply allowing it to leave. It is a gentle sigh of release. Let's try this together, silently. A slow breath in, filling yourself with compassion and acceptance for your own story. And a long, slow breath out, gently releasing the weight, the tension, the old narrative. Let it go. Again, breathe in the peace of this present moment, the reality that you are here, you are whole, you are enough. And breathe out the ghosts of the past, the echoes of what if, the burden of second guessing. Let them drift away. With every cycle of breath, you are creating more space inside of you. Space for peace, space for gratitude, space for the quiet joy of being present in the only life you truly have, this one. You may notice thoughts or images from the past arise. That's perfectly normal. Don't fight them. Just acknowledge them, and then gently return your focus to the rhythm of your breath. The inhale of acceptance, the exhale of release. This is your anchor. This is your work right now. Simple, profound, and deeply healing. To deepen this process of release, we can use the power of affirmation. An affirmation is not about pretending something is true when it isn't. It's about declaring your intention and aligning your energy with a deeper truth. Let this affirmation settle into your heart, and if it feels right, you can repeat it silently to yourself as you continue to breathe. The affirmation is this: I release the need to have lived any life other than my own. Feel the power in those words. I release the need. It acknowledges that this need has been a powerful force in your life, perhaps for a very long time. It has been a way of trying to protect yourself, to seek a better outcome. But you are now declaring that you are ready to lay down this struggle. You are releasing the need. You are no longer required to carry the burden of perfecting your past, to have lived any life. This acknowledges all the portraits in the gallery, all the beautiful, imagined paths. It honors them, but it also lovingly sets them free. Other than my own. This is the key. It is a profound turning toward your own experience. It is a radical acceptance of your own sacred story. It is a declaration of allegiance to the person you have actually become. Let's sit with it one more time. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, silently affirm, I release the need to have lived any life other than my own. Feel the shift that this creates in your body. A subtle lightening, a gentle softening around the edges. You are not erasing your history. You are liberating yourself from the prison of perfectionism. You are giving yourself the grace that you so freely give to others. The grace to be human. The grace to have learned through experience. The grace to be exactly who and where you are. Continue with this gentle rhythm of breathing and releasing, resting in your safe inner sanctuary. There is nothing else to do, no problem to solve. Your only task is to allow this release to happen as naturally as a leaf letting go of a branch in autumn. It is time. You are ready. You are giving yourself permission to be free. And in this freedom, a deep and peaceful rest can finally begin to find you. Having given yourself permission to release the weight of these unlived lives, let us now turn our compassion to the one person who most needs it, the person you were back then. We are often our own harshest critics, especially when we look back at our past selves. We judge them with the full benefit of our current wisdom, forgetting that they were navigating their world with a completely different set of tools, experiences, and perspectives. Tonight, we will do something different. We will engage in an act of gentle, healing time travel. We will revisit those younger versions of you, not to scold or correct them, but to finally offer them the compassion and understanding they have always deserved. So, in the quiet of your mind, let an image arise of yourself at a critical crossroads in your life. A moment when you made a decision that you have often looked back on with regret or uncertainty. Maybe you were 20, standing at the precipice of a career choice. Perhaps you were 30, navigating the complexities of a relationship. Or maybe you were 40, facing a choice that would change the course of your family's life. Don't choose the most painful memory, just a clear one. See that younger you. See them clearly. Look at their face. See the hope and also the fear in their eyes. Notice the clothes they are wearing, the way they hold their body. Remember the context of their life at that time. What were their pressures? What were their dreams? What did they believe about the world and about themselves? Remember the information they had available to them. They didn't know what you know now. They couldn't see the future. They were standing in the middle of their own story, not at the end of it looking back. They were doing their best to navigate the fog of the unknown. For a moment, just witness them with a deep and profound empathy, as if you were looking at an old, beloved photograph of a friend. This was you, and you were trying so hard. Now, let's go deeper. Let's acknowledge the courage it took for that person, for you, to make any decision at all. Standing at a crossroads is paralyzing. The fear of making the wrong choice can be immense. And yet, you chose. You took a step. You committed to a path, even without knowing where it would lead. That was an act of courage. It was an act of faith. It was an act of moving forward in the face of uncertainty which is the very definition of bravery. We so often focus on the outcome of the choice, but we forget to honor the sheer courage of the act of choosing itself. To choose is to take a risk. It is to say yes to life, even with all its unknowns. That younger you, the one you are seeing in your mind's eye, was so brave. They took a breath and they stepped onto a path. They propelled your life story forward. Without their courage, you would not be here today, with all the wisdom you have gained. In your mind, step closer to that younger self. Imagine you can place a gentle, reassuring hand on their shoulder. They might look up at you, surprised, and in your eyes, they see not judgment, not criticism, but only a deep, unconditional love and acceptance. What would you say to them, knowing what you know now? Perhaps you would say, "I understand why you made that choice. I see what you were feeling and what you were afraid of. It makes complete sense." Or maybe you would say, "You are so much stronger than you knew. Look at you, facing this enormous decision all on your own. I'm so proud of you for that." You are not here to tell them they were wrong. You are here to tell them they are understood. You are here to validate their experience. Feel the relief that washes over them as they receive this message from their future self. The burden they may have been carrying, the fear that they had failed you, begins to lift. You are offering them a pardon. You are offering them grace. Let's take this a step further. It's time to thank that younger self. This might seem strange, but it is a profoundly healing act. Thank them for doing the very best they could to protect you and to guide you. Every choice we make, even the ones that seem misguided in retrospect, comes from a positive intention at its core. We are always, on some level, trying to seek happiness, avoid pain, find security, or create connection. That younger you was acting as your guardian. They were trying to steer your life toward what they believed was the best possible shore. Thank them for that intention. Thank you, you might whisper to them in your heart. Thank you for trying to keep us safe. Thank you for making a choice that you thought would lead to happiness. Thank you for your efforts. They were not in vain. They brought us here, to this moment of greater wisdom. Consider the choice they made, the one you've regretted. Even on that path, what gifts did it bring you? Perhaps the wrong job taught you exactly what you didn't want, making your true calling clearer than ever before. Perhaps the wrong relationship taught you invaluable lessons about your own boundaries, your own worth, and what you truly need in a partner. Perhaps the wrong move to a new city forged a resilience in you that you never knew you possessed. Every path has its own hidden curriculum. Your younger self, in their innocent attempt to find the right way, inadvertently enrolled you in the perfect school for your soul's development. They didn't make a mistake. They chose a lesson, and you learned it. Thank them for having the courage to sign you up for the class you needed most, even if it was a difficult one. Feel the relationship between you and your past self begin to shift. The tension dissolves. The judgment fades. It is replaced by a feeling of teamwork, of a shared journey. You are not separate from that person. You are the continuation of their story. You are the fulfillment of their hope for a future. All the wisdom, compassion, and strength you possess today was built upon the foundation they laid. You are their legacy. And you can honor that legacy by treating their memory with kindness and respect. You can become the compassionate elder to your own inner child, to all your past selves. You can finally give them the one thing they may have never received from anyone else: a complete and total acceptance of who they were and what they did. Take one last look at that younger you. See them now, standing taller, their face softer, the fear in their eyes replaced with a quiet sense of peace. They feel seen. They feel validated. They feel loved by the most important person in their world, their future self. You can now let that image gently fade, knowing that this healing connection has been made. It will continue to resonate within you, changing the way you relate to your own history. The past is no longer a landscape of regrets to be revisited with pain. It is a gallery of portraits of a younger, braver you, a person who deserves your utmost respect, your deepest gratitude, and your most gentle, unwavering love. And with this newfound peace with your past, you can rest more deeply in the present, having extended such profound compassion to the person you once were. A natural shift can now occur. We can gently, intentionally, turn our gaze away from the imagined paths, the ghostly portraits of what might have been. We can let them fade into the soft mist of the past, honored and released. And in their place, we can bring our full, undivided attention to the real, tangible ground beneath our feet, the path you have actually walked. For so long, our energy has been spent looking over our shoulder, craning our neck to see those other trails disappearing into the woods. But tonight, we are turning around. We are facing forward. We are looking down at our own 2 feet, standing firmly on this path, in this moment, in this life. Let's begin by simply noticing the ground you are on. It is not an imaginary landscape. It is real. It is solid. It is your life. Feel its texture, its reality. It is a path uniquely your own, worn smooth by your own footsteps over years of walking. No one else on earth has traveled this exact route. As you begin to look at this path with fresh eyes no longer clouded by comparison or regret, you may start to notice things you had overlooked. You start to see the unexpected beauty of your actual journey. Perhaps your path took a sharp, painful turn through a dark and thorny forest. For years, you may have only remembered the scratches, the fear, the struggle of that time. But look again now, with the gentle wisdom you hold today. In that very forest, where the canopy was thick and the light was dim, did you not learn how to navigate by sound, by intuition, by the sheer will to survive? Did you not develop a strength, a resilience that you never would have found strolling through a sunlit meadow? And look closer. Even in the darkest woods, small, resilient wildflowers grow on the forest floor. Were there not moments of unexpected grace even then? A kind word from a stranger, a song that gave you hope, the sudden, breathtaking sight of a deer in the clearing. Your path was not just hardship. It was a place of profound learning and hidden beauty. Perhaps your path led you up a steep, challenging climb, a mountain of responsibility or difficulty that you never asked for and certainly did not want. The ascent was grueling. Your muscles ached. Your breath was short. You may have cursed the mountain and the path that led you there. But now, from this vantage point, look back at that climb. Acknowledge the sheer tenacity it took to put one foot in front of the other, day after day. Honor the strength in your legs, in your heart, that was forged on that incline. And what about the view? From the high ridges of that mountain, you saw the world from a perspective few others ever get to see. You gained a clarity, a wisdom that can only be found at high altitudes. You learned what was truly important and what was just excess weight to be left behind. The mountain was not a punishment. It was a training ground. It was a sacred place that revealed your own power to you. The surprising view from the summit was the gift for your efforts. Maybe your path included long stretches of what felt like a flat, boring desert, a time of stagnation, of waiting, of feeling that nothing was happening. You may have looked back at this time as wasted, a period of your life you simply endured. But look again. In the quiet of the desert, the sky at night is more brilliant than anywhere else on earth. In that stillness, in that seeming emptiness, did you not come to know yourself more deeply? With fewer distractions, your inner world may have become more vivid. Perhaps you learned the art of patience, of being with yourself. You learned to find water in unlikely places. The desert was not empty. It was a monastery. It was a retreat. It was the quiet, fertile ground where the seeds of your future self were gestating in the dark, waiting for the right time to sprout. The gift of the desert was the gift of your own soul's company. This is a radical shift in perspective. We are beginning to see our life not as a map of wrong turns, but as a rich and sacred pilgrimage. A pilgrimage is not about arriving at a destination quickly and efficiently. It is about the journey itself. Every step, every landscape, every encounter is part of the sacred process. The difficult parts are not mistakes. They are the initiations. The joyful parts are not just rewards. They are the blessings that fuel the journey. On a pilgrimage, the pilgrim learns to trust the path, even when it is confusing or difficult. They learn that the path itself is the teacher. Your life is that pilgrimage. You have been on a sacred journey, custom designed for the learning and growth of your own unique soul. To regret any part of it is to regret the curriculum you were meant to study. Think about the quiet resting places you found along your way, the unexpected oases, the moments of peace and connection that you could never have planned for, a friendship that blossomed in the midst of a difficult job, a love that found you when you were least expecting it, a moment of profound peace watching a sunset after a chaotic day. These moments are the holy shrines along your pilgrimage route. They were not accidents. They were part of the journey's design, placed there to give you rest, to remind you of beauty, to encourage you to keep walking. When we are focused on the paths we didn't take, we often forget to honor these beautiful, sacred moments on the path we did. We speed past the shrines without even noticing them. Tonight, let's pause. Let's remember them. Let's give thanks for the quiet resting places, the unexpected sources of joy and comfort that have sustained us on our way. As you lie here, sinking deeper into a state of rest, allow this new perspective to settle into your being. Your life has not been a series of errors. It has been an unfolding, a sacred, mysterious, and beautiful unfolding. You have been a pilgrim, walking your one true path. You have navigated dark forests, climbed steep mountains, and crossed vast deserts. And you have found quiet places to rest along the way. All of it has been holy. All of it has been meaningful. All of it has brought you here, to this moment. to this breath, to the person you have become. And the pilgrim now is tired. They have walked a long way, and they have earned a deep and profound rest, secure in the knowledge that they are, and have always been, exactly where they are meant to be. As we continue to walk this path of our actual life with new eyes, let's begin to actively search for the treasures hidden in plain sight. For every road not taken, there is a gift that was only available on the road you are on. These are not consolation prizes. They are the unique and irreplaceable jewels of your own story. Let's start with the people. Think for a moment about the most important people in your life right now. Your partner, your children, your closest friends, a cherished mentor or colleague. Hold their faces in your mind. Feel the love and connection you have for them. Now, realize this profound truth. You only met them. You only formed these specific precious bonds because you are on this exact path. If you had taken that job in another city, the entire constellation of your relationships would be different. You would have a different set of friends. You might have met a different partner. The specific, miraculous soul that is your child might never have been born. That one friend who was your rock during a difficult time, you would have walked right past each other, strangers on different timelines. Every choice you made, every so-called wrong turn, was a step that led you, sometimes unknowingly, toward the very people who have come to define the meaning in your life. The decision to leave a certain town, which at the time felt like a failure, might have been the very thing that placed you in the right place at the right time to meet the love of your life. The job you took out of necessity, not passion, might have been where you met the friend who understands your soul better than anyone. When we regret our past, we are inadvertently wishing away the very circumstances that brought us our greatest loves. Let this realization sink in. The path you have walked, with all its twists and turns, was the only path that could have led you to the hearts of the people you cherish most. That alone makes it a priceless journey. Now, let's think about the strengths you possess, not the talents you were born with, but the deep, forged-in-fire strengths that were developed through experience. Think about your resilience, your ability to get back up after being knocked down. Where did that come from? It didn't come from a life of ease. It was forged in the fires of disappointment, failure, and challenge. The path you walked, the very one you may have questioned, presented you with the exact challenges you needed to build that muscle of resilience. Think about your capacity for empathy, your ability to truly understand and feel for the suffering of others. That wasn't learned from a book. It was learned because your path took you through your own valleys of sorrow, of loss, of heartbreak. Your own wounds became the doorways through which you could understand the pain of others. A life without those challenges would have created a more naive, less compassionate version of you. The depth of your empathy is a direct result of the difficulties you have faced. It is a sacred treasure earned on your unique pilgrimage. What about your wisdom? The quiet, inner knowing that guides you now. It's that voice inside that can distinguish truth from falsehood, that knows when to speak up and when to stay silent, when to hold on and when to let go. This wisdom is the distilled essence of all your experiences, especially the difficult ones. It is the gold that was smelted from the raw ore of your mistakes. The time you trusted the wrong person taught you the invaluable lesson of discernment. The time you failed spectacularly at something taught you humility and the importance of perseverance. You would not possess the wisdom you have today if you had lived a different, easier life. Every stumble, every scraped knee, every moment of confusion was a lesson plan from the universe, teaching you exactly what you needed to know to become the wise and grounded person you are today. These strengths, resilience, empathy, wisdom, are the hidden treasures of your specific journey. You couldn't have acquired them on any other path. They are the unique inheritance of your own story. To deepen this, we can hold a gentle affirmation in our hearts. Let it be a soft, quiet truth that you whisper to yourself. The affirmation is, every step has brought me a gift, even if I didn't see it at the time. Let's break that down. Every step. This includes the steps that felt like they were in the wrong direction, the steps backward, the steps that led to a dead end. Every single one. It declares that no part of your journey was wasted. Has brought me a gift. This reframes your past from a series of events into a series of offerings. Life was not happening to you. It was happening for you. It was presenting you with gifts, even if they came in strange and challenging packaging. The gift might have been a lesson, a strength, a person, a new perspective, even if I didn't see it at the time. This is the crucial part. It is the voice of compassion for your past self. Of course, you didn't see the gift in the middle of the crisis. Of course, you couldn't see the lesson when you were reeling from the pain. You weren't supposed to. Your only job at that time was to survive, to keep walking. The wisdom to see the gift comes later, with distance, with reflection, with the peace that you are cultivating right now. This affirmation allows you to look back at your entire life with gratitude, not because it was all pleasant, but because it was all meaningful. It was all contributing to the masterpiece that is you. As you rest here, let memories of these gifts surface gently. A difficult breakup that ultimately led you to a more profound self-love. A job loss that pushed you to discover a hidden talent or a new passion. An illness that taught you the preciousness of your own body and the importance of self-care. See these events not as scars on your history, but as luminous points of transformation. These were the moments when the alchemy of your life was most potent, turning the lead of hardship into the gold of your own becoming. The life you have lived is not a flawed draft of a better story. It is a treasure map. In all these years, you have been walking the route, and at every key location, you have been digging up another priceless gem, another piece of the treasure you were meant to find. The full extent of your wealth is the person you are today. All of it, the love you can give, the strength you possess, the wisdom you hold. It was all gathered on this one, winding, beautiful, and perfect path, your path. Having uncovered the hidden treasures brought to you by your unique path, let's now turn our attention to the person who holds them. You. Let's explore the profound and unrepeatable wisdom that you now embody. There is a tendency in our culture to look for wisdom in books, from gurus, or in ancient traditions. And while those can be wonderful sources of guidance, we often overlook the most potent and personalized source of wisdom available to us, our own lived experience. the specific, unrepeatable combination of joys and sorrows, triumphs and failures, connections and losses that make up your life has forged a wisdom within you that no one else on earth possesses. It is as unique as your fingerprint. It is your soul's signature. Think about it this way. Imagine two people are given the exact same ingredients for a cake. One follows the recipe to the letter. The other has been cooking for 50 years. They have burned cakes, dropped cakes, forgotten ingredients, and experimented with their own variations. They don't just know the recipe, they understand the ingredients. They know how the humidity in the air will affect the flour. They know the sound of a perfectly mixed batter. They cook with an embodied, intuitive knowledge. The first person might make a good cake. The second person will make a cake with soul. Your life is that second cake. The recipe might be the general human experience, but your specific journey, with all its unexpected weather patterns and happy accidents, has given you a deep, intuitive understanding of life that cannot be learned. It must be lived. This is your wisdom. It's not a collection of facts. It's a feeling, a knowing, a deep sense of how things work that resides in your very bones. Let's feel into the components of this unique wisdom. Consider the strength that was born from your specific sorrows. No one has experienced loss in the exact way you have. The particular texture of your grief, the specific lessons it taught you about what truly matters, has cultivated a strength in you that is tailored to your own soul. It's not a brittle, hard strength, but a flexible, resilient strength, like a tree that has learned to bend in the wind. When you see another person struggling, your strength allows you to be a calm and steady presence for them, not because you have all the answers, but because you know what it's like to stand in the storm and not be broken. This is not a theoretical strength. It is real. It is a powerful, healing force that you carry within you, a direct result of the sorrows you have weathered. Now, consider the empathy that was born from your specific joys. The way you experienced love, the particular moments of connection that lit up your world, the specific acts of kindness you received. These have shaped your heart's capacity to give. Your joy was not generic. It was a specific flavor, a unique song. And because you know the sound of your own heart singing, you can more easily recognize it in others. Your capacity for joy is what allows you to genuinely celebrate the successes of others, to feel their happiness as your own. It is the wellspring of your generosity and your kindness. This empathy, born of your unique joys, is a radiant gift to the world. It is the light that you shine, a light that was kindled by the very best moments of your own, unrepeatable path. And then there is the resilience, the quiet, stubborn refusal to give up, that was born from your unique combination of both. The times you were knocked down, and through a combination of grit and grace, found a way to get back up. The times your heart was broken, and yet you dared to love again. The times your dreams crumbled, and yet you found the courage to dream a new dream. This dance between sorrow and joy is what has taught you the most profound truth, that you can survive, you can endure, and you can even find a way to thrive, not in spite of your history, but because of it. This resilience is perhaps the core of your wisdom. It is the deep, unshakable knowledge that endings are also beginnings, that breakdowns often precede breakthroughs, and that the human spirit is far more durable than it appears. This is not something you believe. This is something you know. You know it because you have lived it. Tonight, the invitation is to honor yourself as the sole expert and author of your incredible story. For so long, you may have felt that you were a flawed student in the school of life, always trying to catch up, always feeling like you were missing some secret instruction manual that everyone else had. The truth is, there is no manual. You are writing the manual as you go. Your life is the textbook, and you are the world's foremost authority on the subject of your own journey. No one, no therapist, no spiritual teacher, no well-meaning friend knows your story better than you do. They can offer reflections, they can provide tools, but you are the keeper of the sacred text. So, as you lie here, resting, let go of the need for external validation. Let go of the feeling that you need someone else's permission to be wise. Claim your own authority. Feel into the quiet, solid center of your own being. In that center resides the accumulated wisdom of every step you have ever taken. It is a deep, calm, and knowing presence. It has been with you all along, but perhaps you have not fully trusted it. Tonight, you can turn toward it. You can acknowledge it. You can begin to rely on it. You can say to yourself, silently and with conviction, I am the expert on my own life. My experiences have made me wise. I have everything I need within me to navigate the path ahead. This is not an act of arrogance. It is an act of profound self-respect. It is you, finally coming home to the truth of your own magnificent, hard-won wisdom. You are not a collection of your past mistakes. You are a living library of resilience, a testament to the power of the human heart to heal, to learn, and to grow. And that library, your own soul, is the most sacred text you will ever read. Rest in that knowledge. Rest in the quiet dignity of your own deep knowing. With this deep honoring of the unique wisdom you hold, let's zoom out one final time to see the whole picture of your life from a new, integrated perspective. I want you to imagine your life as a great, magnificent tapestry, a work of art that has been slowly and meticulously woven over decades. When you stand too close to a tapestry, all you can see are the individual threads. You might see a knot, a frayed edge, or a patch of color that seems ugly or out of place. You see the places where a dark, coarse thread of sorrow was woven in, and it might look like a mistake. You see the tangled section where a period of confusion and chaos took over, and it looks like a mess. From this close-up view, it's easy to judge the quality of the weaving, to wish certain threads could be pulled out and replaced with smoother, brighter ones. This is how we usually look at our lives, up close, focusing on the individual events, the mistakes, the painful moments. We are so close to the canvas that we can't see the image. But tonight, in your mind's eye, I want you to step back. Float up and away from the tapestry until you can see the whole thing, from one edge to the other. From this new vantage point, you are no longer focused on the individual threads. You are seeing the grand design. You are seeing the full picture that has been emerging all along, a picture that was impossible to see from the ground. And what you see might take your breath away. You realize that the dark, coarse thread of sorrow was not a mistake at all. From this distance, you can see that it was essential. It provided the deep shadow and contrast that allowed the brighter threads of joy and love to shine with such brilliance. Without the darkness, the light would have had no meaning. It would have been a flat, uninteresting expanse. That tangled, messy section? You see now that it created a passage of incredible texture and complexity, a focal point in the design that draws the eye and speaks of resilience and the wild, untamable nature of life. It wasn't a flaw, it was a feature. It added character and depth to the entire piece. You begin to understand, on a soul level, that removing even one mistake, one thread you have long regretted, would unravel the whole design. If you were to pull out the thread of that painful breakup, you would also pull out the thread of the profound self-reliance you learned in its aftermath. And that thread of self-reliance might be intricately woven into the thread of the courage you found to start your own business years later, which is in turn woven into the threads of the wonderful people you met through that venture. Pulling on that one negative thread would cause a whole section of the beautiful parts you cherish most to unravel and fall away. The tapestry is an integrated whole. Every single thread, light and dark, smooth and rough, straight and tangled, was necessary to create the final, beautiful, and utterly unique image that is your life. Let's trace a few of these connections. Think of a choice you've regretted. Perhaps moving to a city where you felt lonely and isolated for a time. That feels like a dark thread, but follow it. In that loneliness, did you not develop a rich inner life? Did you not discover a love of reading or music or solitude itself? And that thread of a rich inner life, where did it lead? Perhaps it gave you the depth and quiet confidence to attract a partner who loved you for your mind and not just for your social graces. Perhaps that love of solitude gave you the focus to master a skill that became your life's passion. See how the dark thread of loneliness was never an end in itself? It was the necessary precursor to the golden thread of authentic connection or purpose. They are not separate. They are two parts of the same line, the same story. The tapestry makes no distinction between good and bad threads. It only knows what is necessary to complete the design. This perspective frees us from the tyranny of judging our past. We can finally lay down the heavy burden of wishing things had been different. Wishing for a different past is like wishing for a different tapestry. But this one, this beautiful, complex, flawed, and magnificent one, is yours. It is the artwork your soul came here to weave. To reject any part of it is to reject the masterpiece of your own creation. And so, we can offer a new affirmation, one that speaks to this profound sense of integration and wholeness. Let it settle over you like a warm, comforting blanket. The affirmation is, my life, exactly as it has been, is whole and complete. Feel the profound peace in those words. My life, exactly as it has been. No exceptions, no footnotes, no desire to edit or revise. It honors every single thread, every single moment. It is a statement of radical, unconditional acceptance. Is whole and complete. This doesn't mean your life is over or that you have nothing left to learn. It means that the story up to this point is not a fractured, broken narrative. It is a finished chapter. It is a complete work of art in and of itself. It lacks nothing. It requires no apologies. It is what it is, and what it is enough. It is more than enough. It is a marvel. Let that feeling of wholeness seep into your bones. The feeling that you are not a work in progress who is finally getting it right, but a complete being who has always been exactly who you were meant to be at every stage of the journey. The younger you was not an incomplete version of you. They were the perfect expression of you at that time. And the you of today is the perfect expression of you right now. Whole, complete. When we see our lives this way, the energy of regret has nowhere to go. It simply dissolves. Regret can only exist when we believe there is a better, alternate version of our life's tapestry hanging in some cosmic gallery. But when you realize that this is the only one, and that its beauty is inseparable from its so-called flaws, the comparison falls away. All that is left is a quiet, profound sense of awe. Awe for the journey. Awe for the intricate, mysterious design. And awe for the weaver. You, with your brave and beautiful heart, have sat at the loom of your life through light and darkness, and you have kept on weaving. You have created something of astonishing complexity and beauty. Something that could only have been made by your hands, your heart, your soul. And now you can step back, behold your creation, and finally, deeply and peacefully call it good. As the image of your life's magnificent tapestry settles in your mind, a new feeling can begin to arise, gently and naturally. It is the feeling of gratitude, not a forced, polite gratitude, but a deep, resonant sense of thankfulness that rises from the very core of your being. This is gratitude for the person you have become, because of this specific, unrepeatable journey. Take a moment to feel into the reality of who you are, right here, right now, lying in this bed. Feel the sum total of your being, your kindness, your strength, your humor, your wisdom, your quirks, your unique way of seeing the world, all of it. This person, this you, is a direct result of every single thread in that tapestry. You are the living embodiment of the art. Let's consider this more deeply. Any other path would have created a different person. If you had taken that other job, the one that seemed so glamorous, you might have become more ambitious, perhaps more wealthy, but you might have also become more stressed, more cynical, less connected to the simple things that bring you joy now. The person you would have been is not you. They would be a stranger. If you had stayed in that other relationship, you might have felt more secure, but you might have never discovered the profound depths of your own independence, the quiet strength that comes from knowing you can stand on your own. The person you would have been would not have your resilience. They would be a different soul entirely. We often mourn the paths not taken, as if we, the person we are now, could have simply been transplanted into that other life and enjoyed its benefits. But that is an illusion. We would not have been the same person. The path and the traveler are inseparable. The journey creates the pilgrim. To wish for a different past is, in the most profound sense, to wish yourself out of existence. It is to say to the person you are today, this person who has survived so much, who has learned so much, who has loved so much, I would rather you not exist. I would prefer a different model. Can you feel the subtle violence in that? For years, perhaps, you have been inadvertently rejecting your own magnificent existence in favor of a fantasy. Tonight, we reverse that. Tonight, we choose this self. We choose this life. We come home. And coming home is the feeling of gratitude. It is looking at the person you have become with all your beautiful imperfections and saying, you, I choose you. I am so glad you are the one who is here. This is the essence of radical acceptance. It's not just tolerating yourself, it's celebrating yourself. It is falling in love with the reality of your own being. Feel this gratitude now as a warm sensation spreading through your body. Start with gratitude for your strength, the quiet, enduring strength that has carried you through every difficulty. It may not be a loud or flashy strength, but it is real. It is the strength that gets up in the morning, even when it's hard. It is the strength that keeps your heart open, even after it's been hurt. Thank your journey for forging this strength in you. It is a precious gift. Now, feel gratitude for your softness, your capacity for compassion, for tenderness, for gentleness. This softness was likely born from your own moments of vulnerability. The times you were hurt, the times you felt lost, they taught you the profound importance of kindness. Your softness is not a weakness. It is a superpower. It is what allows you to connect with others, to heal and be healed. Thank your journey for teaching you the language of the heart, for sanding down your rough edges and revealing the gentle soul within. Feel gratitude for your wisdom, the knowing that resides deep within you, the lessons you learned the hard way, the truths you had to discover for yourself. This wisdom is uniquely yours. It is the compass that guides you now, helping you to navigate life with greater ease and grace. It allows you to offer perspective to others, not from a place of preaching, but from a place of deep, lived experience. Thank your journey for being such a profound and patient teacher, for never giving up on you, for continuing to offer lessons until they were learned. And feel gratitude for your joy, the unique things that make you laugh, the specific kind of beauty that makes your heart sing, the particular people who light up your life. Your capacity for joy is a testament to the resilience of your spirit. Despite everything, you have never lost the ability to be delighted, to be moved, to be filled with wonder. This is a sacred part of you. Thank your journey for every single moment of laughter, of connection, of breathtaking beauty. These moments are the luminous threads that make the entire tapestry glow. This process of coming home to yourself is the ultimate release from regret. When you are truly, deeply grateful for the person you are, the what-ifs lose all their power. The other paths become irrelevant. Why would you trade a single day of this life if it meant not becoming the person you are now? The answer becomes clear. You wouldn't. You would not trade the wisdom, the strength, the compassion. You would not trade the love you have known, the lessons you have learned. You would not trade yourself. This is true freedom. The freedom that comes from no longer needing your life to have been anything other than what it was. The past is no longer a problem to be solved or a mistake to be fixed. It is simply the story of your becoming. And it is a good story. It is a sacred story. As you lie here on the edge of sleep, let this feeling of gratitude be the last thing you consciously hold. Let it be the lullaby that soothes your soul. Gratitude for this body, which has carried you so faithfully. Gratitude for this heart, which has felt so much and continued to beat. Gratitude for this mind, which has learned and grown. And gratitude for this one, wild, precious, and unrepeatable life. You are home. You have arrived in the peaceful harbor of your own self-acceptance. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is no one else you need to be. You, exactly as you are enough. You are more than enough. You are a miracle, and you are finally home. Now, in this state of deep gratitude and self-acceptance, let us perform one final, gentle act of release. We have walked through the gallery of other paths. We have honored the dreams they represented and acknowledged the feelings they stirred within us. We have thanked the younger versions of ourselves who stood at those crossroads. Now, it is time to say a peaceful farewell. It is time to bless the other roads and let them go, reclaiming all of our energy for this present, precious moment. Imagine, once more, those portraits of your ghost selves hanging in the quiet hall of your mind. See them there, bathed in that soft, gentle light. The you who became a scientist, the you who moved to the countryside, the you in that other relationship. They are all there. For a long time, you may have held on to them, visited them, wondered about them. You kept a part of your life's energy invested in their stories. But now you understand. You understand that your journey was this one, and that it has made you into the person you are grateful to be. So, from this place of wholeness, you can now turn to these other selves with a heart full of peace, not longing. Look at the first one, the one who chose a different career. In your mind, offer them a gentle blessing. You can say to them, silently, I wish you peace on your journey. May you find fulfillment and joy on your path. Thank you for showing me a part of myself, a dream I once held. I release you now with love. Go in peace. Feel the energetic cord that connected you to that what if begin to dissolve. It's not a violent cutting, but a gentle, graceful fading, like a mist burning off in the morning sun. You are not killing a dream. You are releasing a ghost back into the ether of pure potential from whence it came. There is no sadness in this, only a quiet sense of rightness. Now, turn to the self who is in that other relationship. See them. See the life they are living. And again, offer them a blessing from your heart. I wish you love and happiness on your path. May you learn all that you are meant to learn. Thank you for representing the deep longing for connection within me. I honor that longing, and I release you now with gratitude. Go in peace. And again, feel that energetic connection gently dissolving. You are taking back the energy you used to spend wondering, comparing, and regretting. You are calling it home to yourself, to the here and now, where it can be used to nourish your actual life, your actual relationships. With each blessing, you feel lighter, freer, more present. Go through as many of these other selves as you wish. The you who traveled the world, the you who had children or who didn't, the you who made a different financial decision. One by one, offer each of them your blessing. Wish them well on their imaginary journeys. Thank them for the aspect of your potential they represented, and then lovingly, peacefully, let them go. Go in peace. Go in peace. Go in peace. It becomes a gentle, soothing mantra. With each release, the gallery around you becomes softer, the portraits beginning to fade, their light dimming as you withdraw your attention from them. They have served their purpose. They have shown you the richness of your own heart and imagination. And now, their work is done. This act is a profound declaration of sovereignty over your own mind and energy. You are consciously choosing where to place your focus. You are choosing this life. You are choosing the present moment. Now, as the last portrait fades, feel all of that energy that was scattered across the landscape of your past and your imagined futures beginning to flow back to you. Imagine it as streams of soft, golden light, returning from all directions, flowing back into the center of your being. Feel it re-entering your body, filling you up from your toes to the crown of your head. This is your life force, your full attention, your complete presence being reclaimed. For so long, parts of you have been living in the past, questioning decisions. Other parts have been living in fantasy futures, wondering what might have been. You were fragmented, your energy dispersed, but no more. Right now, in this moment, you are calling all the pieces of yourself home. Feel the sensation of becoming whole, of being entirely here. The weight on your shoulders has lifted. The ache in your chest has softened. The knot in your stomach has uncoiled. The space they once occupied is now filled with this warm, golden light of your own reclaimed presence. You are no longer haunted. You are integrated. You are not living with the ghosts of who you might have been. You are fully inhabiting the beautiful reality of who you are. Settle into this feeling of wholeness. It is a feeling of deep peace, of profound stillness. It is the feeling of being completely present in your one precious life. There is nothing pulling you backward into regret. There is nothing pulling you sideways into fantasy. You are simply here in this body, here in this bed, here in this breath. This is the ultimate gift you can give yourself, the gift of your own undivided presence. This is where your power lies. This is where your joy is found. This is where your life is actually happening. Rest in this wholeness. Let it be the ground upon which you will drift into sleep. A sleep that is not an escape, but a deep, restorative rest for a soul that is finally at peace with its own story. You have blessed the other roads. You have let them fade away. And now, you stand here at the beginning of the rest of your life with all of your energy, all of your wisdom, and all of your love available to you, right here, right now. You are complete, you are home, and you are free. Having called all the parts of yourself home, you now rest in a state of profound wholeness. The work is done. The journey of exploration is complete for tonight. Now, all that remains is to sink into the deep, healing stillness you have cultivated. Let your awareness turn fully to the physical sensations of your body. Let the mental stories, the images, the affirmations all dissolve into the background. They have served their purpose. Now is the time for pure being, pure sensation. Begin by feeling the physical support beneath you. Feel the mattress rising up to meet you, holding you completely. Notice every point of contact: your heels, your calves, your legs, your hips, your back, your shoulders, your head. At each of these points, imagine yourself letting go just a little bit more, surrendering your weight more fully. You don't have to hold yourself up. You are completely and totally supported. Let that feeling of being held translate into a feeling of deep safety. You are safe. You are secure. You can let go. Now, bring a gentle, loving awareness to your feet. Imagine a wave of warm, heavy relaxation beginning at the very tips of your toes. Feel it slowly spreading, soothing the muscles, releasing all tension. Let this warmth flow into the arches of your feet and then around your ankles. Your feet have carried you so far on your pilgrimage. They have walked on hard ground and soft. They have stood firm when you needed to be strong. Now they can rest. Give them your silent thanks and let them become completely heavy, loose, and relaxed. Let them go. The wave of relaxation now flows upward into your calves and shins. Feel the muscles softening, letting go of all tightness. It moves into your knees, soothing the complex joints, and then up into your thighs, front and back. Your legs are the engines of your journey, the pillars of your strength. They have climbed mountains and walked through deserts. Now, their work for the day is done. Feel them growing heavier and heavier, sinking down into the mattress, completely at peace. You are letting go. This warm, heavy wave of deep relaxation now pools in your hips, your pelvis, and your lower back. This is an area where we often hold so much tension, so much stress. Breathe into this space, and as you exhale, imagine all of that stored up tension simply melting away like ice on a warm day. Feel a profound sense of release in your lower back. Feel your hips open and soften. You are safe. You can let go of the need to be on guard. You can release the tension of moving forward. Right now, you are simply resting, sinking, deepening. The wave continues to spread upward through your abdomen and into your chest. Feel your stomach soften. Feel the gentle, rhythmic rise and fall of your breath in your chest. Each breath a little slower, a little deeper than the last. Your heart, which has felt so much, can now beat in a slow, steady, peaceful rhythm. There is nothing to be anxious about. There is no danger. You are simply here, resting peacefully in this safe and quiet space. Let the relaxation flow out along your arms. Feel it cascade over your shoulders, releasing the last remnants of the burdens you once carried. Let it flow down through your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, and into your hands. Your hands have done so much. They have worked, they have held, they have created, they have comforted. Now, they can be still. Feel your fingers gently curl as all the tension drains away from them. Your arms and hands become heavy, warm, and utterly still. You are letting go completely now. The soothing warmth flows up into your neck and throat, releasing any tightness there. Let your head feel heavy on the pillow. And now, allow all the tiny muscles in your face to relax. Let your jaw go slack. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Allow the space between your eyebrows to smooth out. Let your eyelids rest like soft curtains over your eyes. Your entire body, from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, is now in a state of deep, profound relaxation. Heavy, warm, and still. As your body sinks into this deep peace, your mind can follow. You are releasing the mental work of reviewing the past. The gallery is closed. The tapestry is complete. There is no need to look at them anymore. Let all the stories, all the memories, all the what-ifs dissolve. Imagine them becoming like words written on a sandy beach. And now, a gentle, slow wave from a calm ocean comes and washes over the sand, smoothing it completely. All the words are gone. All that is left is the clean, peaceful, empty expanse. Your mind is becoming like that smooth, wet sand. Quiet, calm, serene. There's nothing left to think about, nothing left to analyze, nothing to figure out. Your only focus now is the simple, gentle, effortless rhythm of your own breathing. Feel the air coming in through your nose, cool and fresh. Follow it down into your lungs. And then feel the warm air as it leaves your body, carrying with it any last traces of tension. Each breath is an anchor to this present moment. Each breath is a gentle rock on the calm ocean of peace. In and out, a slow, easy rhythm. If a thought arises, as it might, simply notice it without judgment. And then gently, lovingly, guide your attention back to the breath. The breath is your home now. It is the only thing that matters. The simple, physical sensation of air moving in and out of your body. Here, now. Just this, nothing else. This breath, this moment, this peace, this stillness. You have arrived. As your body rests in deep stillness and your mind settles into the quiet rhythm of your breath, a new feeling begins to emerge. It is a feeling of profound lightness. It is the natural state that arises when a great weight has finally been set down. For so many years, a part of your mind has been engaged in the exhausting work of questioning your own history. It has been a constant, low-level hum of second-guessing, of relitigating past decisions, of wondering about alternate realities. This mental activity, even when subconscious, consumes an enormous amount of energy. It is like running a complex piece of software in the background of your computer, slowing everything else down, draining the battery. Tonight, you have finally closed that program. You have uninstalled it. And now, you can feel the result, a vast and wonderful lightness of being. Feel this lightness in your mind. The space that was once crowded with memories and regrets is now open, clear, and spacious. It's the feeling of a room that has been decluttered, a desk that has been cleared of all papers. There is a sense of ease, of simplicity. Your thoughts, if they come at all, are like wisps of cloud drifting through a vast, empty sky. They have no weight, no charge. They just appear and dissolve, leaving the peaceful blue expanse untouched. You no longer have to carry the burden of being the judge and jury of your own past. You have pardoned the defendant. The case is closed. Court is adjourned permanently, and in its place, there is only peace. This lightness also fills your heart. The ache of longing, the subtle grief for unlived lives, has been met with compassion and understanding. It has been allowed to be felt, and in being felt, it has been healed. Now, a deep sense of peace fills the space once occupied by that quiet ache. It is not an exciting or dramatic peace. It is a simple, humble peace. The peace of a garden after a gentle rain. The peace of a quiet house when everyone is safely asleep. It is the peace that passes all understanding because it does not depend on circumstances being perfect. It is the peace that comes from within, from the radical acceptance of what is. It is the peace of no longer being at war with your own story. You have signed a peace treaty with your life, and your heart can finally, truly be at rest. With this newfound lightness comes a profound sense of freedom. You are free from the past. It no longer has a hold on you. You are its wise inheritor, not its prisoner. This freedom allows you to be more fully present for the future, whatever it may hold. When you are not constantly looking backward, you can face forward with an open heart and a clear mind. You can meet each new day not as an opportunity to correct past mistakes, but as a fresh canvas on which to create something new. The energy you have reclaimed is now available for your present life, for your relationships, for your passions, for your growth, for your joy. You are no longer driving with one foot on the brake. You are free to move forward with grace and ease. As you drift here, on the very edge of sleep, let this final, simple reassurance wash over you, soothing any last flicker of a questioning mind. The reassurance is this: there is nothing left to solve tonight. Whatever challenges or decisions await you in your waking life, they are for tomorrow. You have done enough for today. You have done the deep, sacred work of making peace with your own soul. There is nothing more to do. There's nothing to figure out. No problem needs your attention. No solution needs to be found. You can completely and utterly let go of the role of the one who has to figure it all out. That part of you can go to sleep now. You can give it permission to rest. Your only work now is to surrender. To surrender to the softness of your bed. To surrender to the gentle pull of sleep. To surrender to the profound peace you have cultivated. Imagine your mind is a beautiful, still lake at twilight. All the boats of inquiry and analysis have been brought to shore. The sailors have all gone home to rest. The surface of the water is like a perfect mirror, reflecting the quiet, darkening sky. There are no ripples. There is no turbulence. Just a vast, silent, peaceful expanse. This is the state of your mind now. Still, calm, reflecting nothing but peace. And as you float on this lake, you feel a gentle current beginning to pull you slowly and effortlessly toward the safe harbor of deep, restorative sleep. You don't have to swim. You don't have to paddle. You just have to allow yourself to be carried. The current knows the way. Your body knows what to do. Your only job is to allow it, to trust the process. There is nothing more to do. Your only work now is to rest and to receive the gift of sleep that is coming to you now. So easily, so peacefully. Let go. It is time. And so, you drift. Lighter now, free from the weight of a past question, you are like a small boat that has been untied from a heavy anchor. For a long time, you were moored in the harbor of your history, looking back at the shoreline of your old decisions. But tonight, you have untied the ropes. You have blessed the shore, and you have allowed the gentle tide of acceptance to carry you out into the calm, open water. The sky above is vast and filled with a soft, starlight glow. The water beneath you is deep, dark, and peaceful. There is no storm here. There are no waves. It is a sea of perfect tranquility, and your small boat drifts without effort, without direction, simply being carried by the loving, intelligent current of the universe. You are not navigating anymore. You have surrendered the helm. You are simply resting, held by the great, silent mystery of the night. As you drift on this calm, cosmic sea, a few final gentle thoughts may appear, not as problems to be solved, but as quiet, wandering stars in the night sky of your consciousness. What if the purpose of life was never to find the right path, but to learn to love the path we are on? What if the universe is not a test to be passed, but a poem to be experienced? And what if every single twist and turn of our journey was not a detour, but the verse of the poem that was meant for us? These are not questions that require an answer. They are simply doorways into a deeper peace, windows into a more spacious and trusting way of being. They are the final echoes of a mind that is letting go of its need for certainty and embracing the beauty of the unknown. Your boat continues to drift, slowly, gently. Up ahead, in the soft darkness, you begin to see the outline of a safe and secluded harbor. This is the harbor of deep sleep. Its entrance is marked by two ancient, gentle hills, and the water within is perfectly still, protected from all winds, from all currents. It is a place of absolute safety, a sanctuary for the soul. The boat of your awareness drifts unerringly toward this harbor. You feel no resistance, no hesitation. There is only a deep sense of homecoming, a feeling of profound rightness. This is where you are meant to be tonight. This is where your body and your mind will find the deep, cellular restoration they need. This is where the weaver rests, so the tapestry of a new day can be woven on the morrow. As your boat glides silently into the harbor, the last vestiges of conscious thought dissolve. The boundary between you and the peaceful water begins to blur. You are the boat. You are the water. You are the quiet night sky. All is one. All is peace. There is no separation. There is only a boundless, loving stillness. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Let this be the final, gentle truth that carries you over the threshold. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Rest now. Sleep is coming to you now, peacefully, easily. Let it take you. Surrender to its gentle embrace. You have done well. You have come home. Rest now. Deep, healing, peaceful rest is all there is.